Hi. So this should be interesting. I'm laughing. I have um, wild beasts behind me. And my lighting's terrible. And I just burnt my pizza. Like, oh my gosh, literally. And I've done a stupid human trick twice. Yeah, and I have a feline rubbing up against my hand and jiggling my phone. So I'm on live on the Sheena Strong page right now, and I'm recording myself on my iPad. Which, let's not talk about my iPad. That's like another sore spot that I have right now with the with things in life. So the quality of the video on the iPad is way worse than the quality on my phone. There's something on the back of my phone. Something sticky. Anyway, so I got to thinking tonight. I've been boy, I look really tired. I felt pretty tired today, but it was good. I had mental clarity, which is good. So take your fish oil, and that helps with that chemo brain fog and vitamin D3, but don't do it without talking to your doctor or your nutritionist, whomever you're working with. But anyway, I've been getting ready and cleaning and stuff for my upcoming final surgery for that's going to wrap up this breast cancer journey, the journey that started in 2020. I mean, it's absolutely unreal to me that it has been that long. And I giggled because I'm obviously mentally cluttered. I know I am. I'm overwhelmed. I have a lot that I'm working on, and everything takes individual time and attention and complete focus. So I feel at times like I'm taking college courses and spreading myself thin. Um, and so my mind is struggling, and I'm trying to also take on more and more activities on on my own. And I still have a lot of help, and I'm laughing at myself because I'm thinking about surgery coming up, which is why I'm trying to get everything ready and get things cleaned. And I've done nothing in the last 2 days but put away clean laundry. It has been so much, but I need to have the organization. I have throughout since surgery in August lost my ability to really do a lot of things, and I did not feel quite I still, obviously, I have to limit the lifting, but I'm able to I have more endurance. I can sit through a day at the store, and I can come home and do some small tasks, albeit I still have um dishes I want to throw away, Amy. Yes, I'm so sorry, Amy. Like, I'm so over dishes. Like, literally, I want to, like, throw away dishes and have just, like, one plate and this, like, one tiny little egg pan that I have. But I'm laughing about surgery coming up, and I know I'm long into this video, so I probably don't have any viewers, and I'm recording for YouTube on my iPad, which the video is grainy, and I'm disappointed. And I called because needed to make sure. I've been checking lately since, I'm just trying to get all of my ducks in a row. That is so critical and important. Like, there are things on my mind that, like, I never thought about before. Like, number one, buying a funeral plot. um, Having the funds to purchase funeral arrangements in the event anything happens to me. Like, these are life goals I have right now, okay? Yes, life goals I have right now are to buy a funeral plot and to purchase a funeral. So, like, it's all of this adulting, and I'm laughing at it and I'm making light of it. I mean, ultimately, I've had to handle it with humor. I did meet with our local funeral director, so I have the pricing and what I'm looking at and everything for what I want and arrangements with the church, and there's so much involved with it, and I would not be lying if I didn't break down and cry. But the fact is, albeit, my doctors say there is such a slim, slim, slim chance of reoccurrence. I'm still scared. I'm in a lot of support groups, and there are so many cases of reoccurrence, but not every case is the same. And um, through this journey, I mean, I made it through the very worst part of this journey with the help just of so many, many people. I can't even tell you, and express my gratitude enough for the charity of others and the kindness. And it's like, wow, and it's all coming to a close. And I mean, it's going to linger with me forever, and it's going to be part of me. And I want to advocate for other, women and keep up with my progress. But I'm so scared of a reoccurrence. So that is why, that's why we're having the conversation about the morbid things, about funerals and stuff like that, and planning whether or not to be cremated, which I opted for the big burn, so figured one final send off that way. But I've been working to try to get ready for the next part of my journey at the hospital. So I may have to recruit a ladies' day to come help me with some of the more heavy stuff I need to get done, like wiping down cabinet cupboards and doorknobs, and I do those things, and also to get the floor just really scrubbed before my next surgery. So these are things on my planning and to-do list, as well as, planning funerals and, financial planning and working on taxes and making sure that I am caught up with all of the things that the last couple of years has gotten me behind on, and what I did not feel capable of handling, what I avoided. So it is a lot to take in emotionally, and it's a lot to also take on physically. And I find that that's a daunting task. However, I seem to be doing rather well with it. For one thing, I think part of it is practicing my spirituality more. Oh, but let me go back up to the asking for help thing. So I got to thinking, and this is what I'm laughing as I'm decluttering, getting ready for surgery. One thing I failed to do is I don't know if I'm gonna have to spend the night in the hospital or not. But what I need to ensure is, I'd really like it if somebody would come with me to surgery and be there in case I do have to spend the night. And because my last surgery in August, my big one, I checked myself out of the hospital. And so there was some confusion over being released, not being released, being moved to a room. I was drugged up to high heaven, and I just had no clue what was going on. And I had a wonderful Uber driver on the way home, so thank you to Tia. That was awesome, and what a great conversation we had. I do remember that about the evening. That was the best part of it. And I remember that after my brief stop of being stopped by security and the way out of the hospital to ensure that I had all of my IVs out because I pulled them out myself. So I am currently recruiting for the position of Bishina's babysitter so that she does not irritate these nurses to high heaven. So I noticed something also too, speaking of that. Yeah, so how cleaning and stuff. But I burnt my pizza. But I remember when I left my room one time at my last surgery and walking back, and I looked back, and I had even made a journal type in about it in my notes. And when I went to my room, on my door, there was just the letter B. You know, like they had tags that said like independent, things like that. Well, apparently I learned from a podcast. The things you learn from a podcast, you learn a lot. But what I learned was that B is nurse code for difficult. Now, I know I was difficult. And in fact, I did not like it when, after I had my surgery and I went to the bathroom, that I could not wipe myself. That like made me cry and irritated me, and they gave me this freaking like wet pad. I remember it was so traumatizing, but I was so drugged up and off of it. So like I need a supervisor. I know I've done most of these surgeries alone. I've done them all alone. I've had people there that have popped in and seen me while I've been there, and sent, really anesthetically and pain killed up videos to people. And oh my gosh, help! I need a supervisor. So I'm laughing as I face my last surgery. I would like my exit from my final cancer journey to be a happy bon voyage. And then just manage manage the rest of it in between. But at least one last time, I'd like to be a good patient. So let me know if you want to be supervisor. And I have to like you, so I'm taking interviews. I'm taking applicants for the job right now. It's a joy. Oh my gosh, y'all. I can't help it. I just have to laugh through so much of this. And I know that if you know me personally, I make a lot of shit about my journey. And I talk about a lot of things and the rough things. And I guess I've shared up till now on a different level, more of the serious, where I was, but that's, my thoughts were dark in those times too. And things were really hard. And I was going through medical stuff. I did have these thoughts and this humor, and I did make shit out of myself. And that was very much how I dealt. From the infections and laughing about my leaking boob and, pressing on it and squirting a stream like across the room. Like there's all this crazy shit you don't think about that happens. You think about surgery and yada, yada, yada. And through it, there's George's Batman ears. And everybody see George. There's George. Okay. Just stuff you don't think about. And I laughed. I posted on my personal page a Bill Engvall comedy video, and it made me laugh so hard when he talked about surgery. Like, it's not I mean, the things that you face and you endure, literally. I mean, but this hopefully is like my last time. Now, I do realize that I will have to have my implants swapped out in about 10 to 12 years is the typical time. They do need to change out those implants, and I don't plan on dying or being one of those people that, isn't practical and doesn't plan for it, even though I'm, just talked earlier about planning my funeral and, thinking about the money aspect of it and the finances and all that stuff. I, just too much, y'all, too much. But yeah, the things that you go through and endure during the journey is hilarious. It has to be looked at that way. It can't be that serious. I mean, I literally have no problem showing my tits. Like, I'm like, you want to touch them? And I think the skin grafting is interesting. I don't know. I geek out about the human body. When I went to college, I tried biology. Let's just put it that way. I tried. And then I became a communication arts major. I was way better suited for that. I wish I would have known these natural strengths and gifts earlier and utilized them. I know I've utilized them all throughout life, but I really wish I would have utilized them sooner than the way that cancer has brought out these skills in me. I don't know. It's interesting to reanalyze your path and be starting over, but it's also interesting to be doing it at the age that I am, and I can't feel defeated and where I'm at. So I guess I just go with it, and I look for supervisors, and I make the most of it, and I declutter. And I lose my train of thought because I go from one thing to the other. I feel so busied and hurried, but mostly just so very excited that this is my last surgery. And wow. I mean, this started in October of 2020. So this is really cool. All right, I'm so trying to keep my videos shorter, and I just looked over and the iPad is ringing in at 7:15, 7:16, 7:17, 7:18, 7:19, 7:20, 17:20. But yeah, just excited. So, just bantering on about a bunch of random shit right now. And so if I've been absent from some of my channels, like the podcast and YouTube, and we had the scare of my infection, which was really me having a 3rd-degree burn, I believe, and putting heat on it. Oh, no! I'm so glad my doctors made me come in on Monday. It was such a pain in the butt. But my friend Bob from church was available, so that made me very ecstatic. And it worked out perfectly. I was able to get down there, get it looked at. I was given this cream 7-Dane, I don't know. I'll look it up. But cream, and I have to put it on like a frosting. But I laugh because where the burn is some of my nurses thought it was funny, others didn't. But it looks like my FUB is trying to grow a new nipple. Like, one thing I have laughed about for the longest time is wondering if my body could be like a starfish. And then I also got to thinking about my mom. Like, my mom always had this big mole in the middle of her chest, but I really think it was a 3rd nipple. Like, okay, I don't know. Oh, intermittently funny, I guess. So that's, kind of what I'm talking about laughing at myself when I'm not stuck in a dark place. And I've been through this, and I do have hard moments. But what also is bringing me through it is, yesterday a novena to, St. Andrew started, and it runs now through Christmas. And, you say it 15 times a day for 30 days, and you pray for your intention. And I did it this morning when I got up because I had a lot of I battle a lot of anxiety every morning. It's just hard. And I think as I've looked at it more, it's stored trauma in the body of never knowing what are never knowing what you're going to wake up like, what your day is going to unfold as, how you're going to feel, if you're going to be able to meet all of your obligations and responsibilities, if you can show up and be present. Um, and I deal and battle with those anxieties. And there's also sometimes that I don't feel good because of X, Y, and Z. And, it takes a lot to really get my motor going. Sharing my videos and stuff is a way to really keep me going. And I'm glad that I am in a good space again where I can come to you more healthy. I'm not going to hide the harder moments either because I still have those and I'm going to go through some of that. But now the event is more retrospective and that's where writing comes into play. And that's another fucking thing. Now I have the time to do what I want and just by force. But after chemo, my fingertips do not want to cooperate. They just do not want to function right. The neuropathy is rotten. They say it never goes away. So I have to figure out that's just another thing of pain that I need to learn to manage and get my brain used to. That is one of the keys to battling chronic pain. And it's weird because my fingertips, I can't feel them and they hurt at the same time. Or they feel like ice cold, like if you get, like a wart on your foot burned at the doctor with that freezy stuff, whatever that freezy stuff is. I know I could think of it, but I'm so tired. Anyway, yes, as I go through my clothes and decide on what makes the cut and what don't, as I declutter and prepare for my next surgery and this next phase in life, and just get everything prepared and ease back into, doing what I can. My energy's up. This last surgery should be less recovery time. I mean, obviously, with any surgery, pretty much when you're 12 weeks out without any complications, that's good news. So that's, what I'm going to look for in this next one, because I do believe that the success of this surgery was me not blowing the hard work of the doctors. When I really thought about this, I really adhered to some rather strict guidelines to ensure the success and not the failure of, a 12-hour surgery of microvascular surgeons that are moving skin and tissue and muscle and all of those things. And from one part of the body to the other, and especially having the high rate of infection that I did. And, we know by the scare I just had of saying that I thought I had an infection, and thank goodness my doctors pushed me in so that I would get my boob looked at and burned it with a heating pad. Unreal. Like, gave myself a serious burn, like 2nd degree, 3rd degree burns. Like, it's really bad. I haven't looked at the exact pathology, but that's what the burn cream is for. Like, that I have to put on my boob where the nipple's growing back. Frost it like a cupcake. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to laugh about it and think it's funny. Because that's just it. And then tonight, I am talking to my radio, telling Alexa to turn down. Alexa's at the store. Alexa travels between homes. She has a split custody between the store and my house. So yeah, she Yeah, so I've had the radio on tonight because she's at the store. And I have talked to her not only to turn down, and then after I posted publicly about it on Facebook and laughed about it, I I turned around, and as I was like getting done watching some videos on Facebook of some people I like to follow, that motivate me to be my better me and be my badass self, or be my calm, soft inner self, find that balance, how to utilize my talents best. I just forgot what I was saying. Um, I don't know. I got done watching some videos, and I was ready to listen to the radio again. And I said, "Hey Alexa, play blah 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 blah." Like, oh, I get the stupid human trick award. There's a lot on my mind, a lot of planning, just a lot of planning. And this is, approaching quickly, is the day I've looked forward to for a very, very long time. It was a day that I thought would have happened a lot sooner. I thought this journey would have been a lot shorter. I did not feel that was going to take this long. I mean, literally, it was, I've gone 3 Christmases without my normal breasts and without my foobs. And I literally thought that after my bilateral mastectomy, it was going to be bing, bada, boom. And it was going to be just like perfect. I'd have the tissue expanders placed. Everything would heal well. By Christmas, it would have been great. But the process is a little bit longer. And because of everything that ended up being part of my journey and my treatment and my care and all of that. But yeah, I've shared a lot of the dark days, and now it's time for me to take that as I sit back and I reflect upon it and heal from it, and laugh my way through it. And I look back on it, and hopefully I can make some people laugh and share some things and help you not take yourself so seriously if you're going through any major medical issues. And, it's okay to laugh at yourself and laugh at the situation, because otherwise it's just horrible and you just want to cry. And like, I have no humility any longer now that I've been through what I've been through. People are telling me they're like that after they've had children, but I've never had children, so this is, I guess, what I can compare it to, other than the furry variety. All right, so this video is now 28 minutes and 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds long. So I have talked enough on this live, but I had a lot to share tonight and some things I wanted to laugh about, and what I'm thinking and planning and preparing for. And, that motivates me to have more energy to be on top, because it takes time to launch. And my past was so uncertain with knowing when I could be able to launch or when I couldn't. But you know what? I'm good. I've done it right this last surgery, so I didn't waste my doctor's time. All of that hard work and effort, I was not going to ruin. I wasn't going to risk my last shot at having my mental health back. That's hugely important. I was not going to risk that last shot. And, losing parts of your body is a huge hit on your mental health. At least it was for me. I know that some women have coped very well and accepted it very well. I did not. I spent every day for a long time crying. And so that's why when I thought I had cellulitis, that I was so flipping out. But it was more of an inconvenience and a frustration and you know, I also know that there still is the chance that I will have, you know, complications, but I believe that we're past that, because if I do not have some form or shape to feel comfortable in my clothing and feel comfortable in my skin, it's not going to be okay. It's going to require lots of therapy. I promise you. Like, oh no, for reals. Ah, wow. It's been a long time that this journey's been going on. But now, reflecting back upon it, knowing what to do, knowing how to do things differently, I think that if I could go back, and now that I'm looking over the way that I approached this journey, what I did, all of the different ways that I made it through, I can sit down and debrief each one of them with myself and analyze those, and writing those is good, which was why I brought up the neuropathy in my fingertips, because it fucking pisses me off, because now that I have the time to be able to write, because I can't lift and I can't move and I can't go pick and I can't move things around my store or carry things out for my customers. I have the time to do things like write and go through various, you know, just the mundane things, that my fingertips hurt. And I can only do it in limited spurts and I have to rest. Like, are you freaking kidding me? I should be able to, you know, all this brain power being wasted. Can't get my message out fast enough. I'm naturally slowed down. That's why I like the video. But reflecting upon my thoughts and putting them in a concise form in the book format is very, very cathartic for me. And it also, as I write about this really serious stuff that I've been through, you know, I sit here and I laugh about it, or I laugh how I handled it, but like, it's serious shit. Like me checking myself out of the hospital, for real, I'm telling you, I need a supervisor. Job opening, apply within. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right. I've been talking too long, and yeah, I don't know. So I'm going to post this on YouTube, see what kind of video quality I got, which pisses me off thinking about the iPad, because the video is so bad on it. So now I need to upgrade, and I let my insurance lapse with my Apple Care, and I know that the fact that I want a new iPad to come into my life so bad is going to be a problem, and I'm worried, because now that I've had my iPad for, well, since I had this, I got a factory bilateral split in it last time that just all over the place, but I'm so worried that something's going to happen to my iPad, because I slipped on ice in the driveway, and oh, I can just see myself going down, and I can't go down. So I've had a couple of years of having to be really careful on the ice. That's another thing you have to think about. Your whole life changes in your body positioning, and the things that you are subjected to do in front of other human beings while you're after a surgery in the hospital is just not right. No! Well, some of you out there probably think that me sharing some of the stuff I share is not right. All right? I don't know. But now that I'm getting these boobs and I have the tissue expanders in, like, I don't feel quite as comfortable showing my tits as just everyone. So I haven't made a video of it since the early days of the surgery. But I do have some pictures, and I don't know, you know, who knows, if I make a presentation later on, maybe I'll show pictures and slides. I have shared in some of my groups, though, and personally with people close to me. So that's it. All right. It is Sheena Collins here with Sheena Strong, giving you the virtual update for the day. Just feeling a little bit goofy, and I have this elation of celebration that life is about ready, I'm about ready to launch. So, I'm going to take the healing time after my last surgery at the end of January. And in that space of time that's coming up, I have so much behind the scenes work in my life that I need to do on things that I've been working on, like the apparel websites and the coffee mug websites, and um, also getting things that I don't like done, like all of the bookwork and amending taxes and stuff for the store, and making sure all my ducks are in a row. I want to set up myself for success so I can buy my funeral plot so that I can pay for my funeral. Like all these big girl decisions that are important in life. And I look back and I see ads from my local insurance salesman about life insurance and about life. I see all these ads about life insurance, and like I wish I could go back. During breast cancer or any weird ass journey in life, your life insurance policy can be a tool. You can use it for, to borrow against if you need. And, a lot of people are fortunate and they can rely on the help of close friends and family. And my fingernails look horrible. Like cheap fingernail polish, not worth it. Because you have to paint your fingernails like every day. But you also have to, if you are forced to, which has been, I guess, I said that cancer has been the journey that has given me absolutely no humility, but it's also the journey that's given me a lot of humbleness, because I've had to ask for charity from people and for help and assistance, and I've had to reach out. And certain choices in my life that I've made, and certain things that I have not planned for have created a perfect storm, and it really, really fucking sucks. So don't be like Sheena in some ways, but be like Sheena in other ways. Like, keep your sense of humor and, learn to celebrate the little moments and do what you need to do you, even if that means taking downtime. I've been dealing with chronic pain for years and years and years. And part of the hard part of this journey with cancer is, after a 7-year recovery from another microvascular surgery, I was finally able to golf again. I have a brand new pair of golf cleats, which are probably totally outdated and I would not be able to find spikes for, that are brand new, that have been sitting in a box that I bought the fall that I had the angiogram gone wrong. Oh my gosh. And dealing with the chronic pain. So when my cancer came, I had finally hit the point of where I was safe in my healing, where I could do strenuous physical activities like golfing. And I was finally kind of used to dealing with my chronic pain, living with it, managing it. And then with cancer, it's a whole different ballgame. And that's a whole nother worry I have too, is I worry about my chronic pain, because the pain will travel in my body and my chronic migraine. And they say you typically know of a cancer reoccurrence because with pain, it'll be a pain that just won't go away, and it'll remain and remain and remain and remain and remain. Well, that happens to me on a frequent basis with my chronic pain condition, because it affects my nerves and it is irritating in multiple ways, and will cause pain and weird pain, and for a long duration of time. So I don't know what this cancer pain feels like, but some of this arthritis pain sure feels like cancer pain. Fuck. More yoga, which I'll be able to do more of. But anyway, for reals, get ready for this surgery. And just thought I'd yak at you, because I had a lot to say, and a lot was on my mind. And my fingertips were hurting, and I couldn't write it down. So if I make these videos, I produce content that somebody might actually watch way to the end. I don't know. Sometimes I watch stuff and keep it on and watch all the way through, up to almost 40 whole minutes of somebody just sitting there doing a monologue. I don't know. But you know, hopefully, I just wanted to toss my thoughts out there. And I go back and I watch these, and then that helps me keep track. So rather than me keeping the ideas to myself, and that's a cattail that just blocked the screen. This is just kind of my video blog and my thoughts. And, you know, it's me coming to you from a place of looking forward to and an excitement for what's to come, and knowing what was in the past, and a reflection of it all, and just wanting just to share, I guess, put my thoughts out there with the world that I was thinking, that I was working on, and then I will have this reference to hold myself to later to write about, and all will be well. But it's only natural that I do this stuff, you know. I was that kid that did speech and communicate and choral reading and stuff like that, and I loved every minute of it. So, and it was a lot of fun, and that's what I got my pedigree in, was communication arts, and I loved it. Why was I starting out in biology? What was I thinking? Because I thought I was going to go to vet school, and that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. I've talked long enough. All right, my friends, peace and love. Don't look at my bad fingernails. And I hope you had a thankful Thursday. I started the morning on my personal page with the thankful Thursday moment, so I hope that you had a thankful Thursday. And if you notice my piggy behind me, I grew up in Iowa, and so my friends around here like to give me pigs, and then it just turned into pigs and apples. And I have one weird looking turkey, but I love it. It's a ceramic turkey. All right, but that's for show and tell later. Okay. It's Sheena Collins with Sheena Strong coming at you today, and I just wanted to talk at you and create something, because my fingertips I was not able to create in the other way, and I am I have overdone it physically already today, and I know my limits, and I need to plan for my upcoming days, and I need to pace myself, being a frickin' spoonie. And I want my surgery to work. I want all of the hard work my doctors put in to not be a failure because I'm a fuck up. And so I adhere to the rules, and I be careful. And I do preventative measures, and I try to eat good. And oh my gosh, everybody that's helping me out, can you believe we are almost over this hump and done? I can't. But this is awesome. All right. Well, this has been a total waste of almost 45 minutes of your time. But I hope if you're watching this, that you're led to watch it, that you need to watch it. And if you're struggling with breast cancer right now, or any cancer, or any serious illness, you're in my thoughts and prayers. And I am in no way making light of your situation whatsoever, because I know I'm making light of my situation, and this is how I deal with it. So, all right, peace and love. Take care. Bye-bye. I just ended my live video. Oh, I need a new iPad. Like, this sucks. The video on this is way suckier than that. And what's up with always looking at my nostril, getting these nostril shots? Like, unreal. And my phone is on low power. And it's one of those days I've been so preoccupied with the upcoming surgery. and getting planned for that. Oh, and making my Advent wreath, which I think I almost started the house on fire tonight. It's a good thing I've been updating insurances, which makes me think about the iPad. Oh, fuck. But I need, this video is terrible. I need to upgrade models. But anyway, yeah, we're about ready to finish posting on Facebook. I don't know if it's the trendy thing to have videos delete or not, but I guess if I'm creating something that's out here in the virtual world, somebody could re-record it anyway and keep it kept on video, or is there some mystery or something? Am I missing the boat? I don't know. All right, we'll see. All right. Peace and love. I think I hit my minimum for YouTube, so that's why I'm cutting this short. Otherwise, I keep yakking at you. And I just posted live. All right. Bye. It's Sheena.